Hey there, welcome to Salty Vibes with Heather. Hope everybody's had a good week. This is my second podcast for this week. I just got back from Costa Rica with my kids. We had an amazing trip. I did a special guest podcast with my oldest. He told some of his story, and so this is just a little pre podcast to say what's coming out on Monday. There is a little bit of dark content in there, a little warning that I will have to put up just from some of the stuff that he's gone through. But I was really impressed with him telling the story. It's about an hour long podcast, so you can break it up. But I really wanted the story to come from him because, I sometimes want to be careful what I say about what we've gone through as a family, um, and some of the things that he has struggled with. But my oldest is an amazing young man, and I'm so proud of him and just all the things that he's overcome. Um, so, yeah, I just want to do a little shout out that he's going to be sharing part of his story. There's a lot more to it. He tried to do it in under an hour. But yeah, just it's interesting when we get to hear other people's stories and their perspective, the things that they've gone through. And so this is kind of what I'm hoping this podcast can be for my life coaching business, where I want to go with that, and just sharing people's stories, just that, things that we go through and how we overcome certain things, like by faith, or people get through dark times all kinds of ways, but sometimes we get into these dark pits in life and we wonder how we're going to get out of it. And sometimes drastic things happen and sometimes healing happens. And my goal with these stories of my family and friends and people that have gone through things, as I share on this podcast, our personal stories, that they can help you in your struggles and your hard times, or knowing that it's okay to reach out, or that if you have stuff that you're like, what is going on, and you just know that you have people that love you, because not every time we realize how much our family loves us. But if you weren't here on this earth, how devastating that really is. um, and that there's things that people suffer with that sometimes they are afraid to talk about. And so this is us being open, telling the things that we went through, and that we still get to live a life and be happy, and that we're finding ways to find joy, find freedom, living a life of adventure. I remember when I went through a really dark time a long time ago, um, just a lot of stuff. As I tell my personal stories along the way, um, I just remember hearing God's voice, and he was like, choose this moment, Heather. And I had my little kids, and I didn't want to get out of bed, and I was just really struggling. And I lived in a state that was dark, and I didn't love being there, and I was in a really unhealthy, unhappy marriage, um, fighting, praying every day. And I was just like, God, I just don't know if I could do this anymore. And I remember hearing that. And so that's been my goal for a long time. And then now that I live this life where I'm at now, and just the fact that I got to take my kids to Costa Rica, and we wanted to do this out of country trip, it was very healing for us, and it was very magical and fun. And I just felt like we all just bonded really, really good. And I hope on my next week's podcast, after I post my son's, I'll talk a little bit more about our trip. Anyways, this is just a little sneak peek preview for Monday's podcast. Watch out for my oldest son. He'll be telling a story. If you do have any struggles with talking about stuff, I will put a little warning in there. But yeah, there is some dark things. And so I just hope you have a great week. Thank you for following my podcast. You can subscribe below. I will share some links to my pages, my Instagram, my website. If you are looking for a life coach, I would love to help you. I also check out Stronger Co. for trauma life coaching help. It's all paid for nonprofit. My business is Beautifully Revived, my Salty Vibes, Salty Kisses life. just talking about things that I've gone through, my personal story, and I want to use that to help you get over that bridge in your life. So I would love to coach you. I'd love to help you. Have a great weekend, and I will reach out and talk with you next week. Have a great week.